Hello viewers, good day and welcome to Gender Spot, a program that discusses relationship, its issues, challenges, and of course the ideologies of people keeping relationship in and outside marriage. Today we'll continue to discuss how partners get to understand if they are being cheated on by the other partner. We started this discussion in our last episode and we are yet to complete the discussion. Already I have my wonderful gender squad in the house and they're just waiting to begin the discussion. Viewers, I'm Hassan Abdusalam and you're welcome to Gender Spot once again. Welcome my fellas.
Thank you.
We started this discussion on
2 episodes ago.
Yeah, 2 episodes ago, and we are yet to complete it.
Because you wanted us to talk about the age.
Yes, and we did talk about the age. Age was actually a very important factor, and we dealt with it. I'm happy we dealt with it, and I believe our viewers also they were able to get so many things out of that. So we have other ways of discovering. What about jealousy?
Apart from being a detective, yeah, because some women or some men can really become temporary detectives.
Yes,
amateur detectives, going to the extent of bringing detective devices, like somebody installing a recorder in. So people becoming amateur detectives, and they go to the extent of taking a long recording device to put in the spouse car or under the bed or somewhere in the house. If you feel that he brings their cheating partners into the house, you put surveillance camera or something in the house, or you can put a recorder in the car. I know of somebody who told me that when she was in labor with her husband, and then she notices some hanky-panky, she put a recorder in the man's car when he was going out. And trust, she had a lot of conversations that took her to a hospital for hypertension, which is good work for her. You understand?
No.
And at the end of the day, she was hospitalized and she had to be given some medications, some injections, some whatever. You understand? So, and I asked her, at the end of the day, what did they gain? So she went to that extent of getting solid proof. And this solid proof, demoralized her. In fact, because of that solid proof that she went extra mile to get, she was in and out of like 3 to 4 marriages, because each and every one marriage she has to find a way of discovering something that will destroy the trust she has there. You understand? Which will eventually make her uncomfortable, and which will make her angry and wanting to be out of that relationship, and she gets out because she cannot stand and live with someone that just do that. And the person is nice, is good, is doing everything right, but she has a detective mind, a super detective psychology, where she wants to know everything.
I think she should thank God for the fact that she goes out of one marriage
and is
she's
lucky
able,
to find another one.
lucky to have another one, and she will now become the detective.
Yes.
James Bond there, and then she will now go out and then come in.
Yes,
and become another detective.
Yes,
You understand?
I know she went through like 4 stages of being a detective, and each marriage ended because she was a superhero detective.
Will that kind of person ever stay in marriage?
No, she will not. She will not.
No.
She is not married now. You understand?
Because she's a detective.
No, and
her ability to maintain trust. That's been
She cannot
Yes,
build
yes.
trust.
That's
Now,
She
if she's telling you about how you should not even try to trust a man, don't trust. If she's telling you how not to trust, you'll be fascinated.
So she has this paranoia.
Yeah, and at one time we were having a discussion. I told her, I said, look, if you have not been going to the extra mile of being a detective, probably Mr. A, I mentioned his name, would have been the best. And it's because she loved him. She was devastated. The one that I said took her to that one that took her to the hospital, and she had to stay like 1 week in the hospital. She loved him so much.
I think the extent of the love she has for him, actually got her in that state.
No, it is not love that makes you become a detective.
No, I am saying.
No, it was what made her.
Yes, that took her.
Because it's not the love that make you see detective husband or detective wife. It's not because of love. It's because as individuals, they want to be detectives. You don't have to go to that mile. You understand?
No, but
you see, there's something wrong with their psychology.
I think not even that. Something will trigger the dysfunction or the problem that is in your psychology.
Yeah.
You understand? Your closeness with your partner, you're wanting to have your partner within your own space.
All to yourself.
Will make you start thinking, if he walks out of this house, from so minutes to so hour,
what does he do?
What happens? Does he meet other girls? Does he meet other women? Does he go to eat with other people? Does he go to other people's house?
What is your business for crying out loud?
Does anyone have a life?
That's
I have come to understand that some women don't actually give room. They don't give space at all. They don't believe in that.
Okay, now say if you are a woman and you don't want to give space, my question is this. My big question is this: if you don't want to give space, what is going to become of you if you discover that what you are suspecting is true?
Yeah, obviously, a lot of.
Why don't you look at the consequence of the damage you are going to do to yourself? Forget about the man and the relationship. I mean, if I love a man so much so that I feel my happiness and my entire life depends on my being with him, I swear to God, I will not go bother myself about what he does or what he doesn't do. Because if I discover something,
it will hurt you.
It will hurt me. Not only hurt me, it will blow my life. It will shake my life.
I think we should look at
and I love myself so much.
From another point of view, which is what the woman is. You understand? All the while we've enumerated. The woman is possessive. The woman likes the man.
The man is possessive.
She has a high sense of jealousy. It is the nature of the woman. And each time a woman is pricked by those things, by those number of natures within her, some of them will sit down and say, okay, I don't have no choice but to sit down and just watch the situation. Some of them would now say, okay, let me just take this thing gradually, and when it gets to the time that if this thing comes out, I will now take action. Some people will now say, no, let me go and find it, then I will take action. You understand? So it's being the woman.
Yeah,
it's actually being the woman.
But the real issue here is, when I said detective, I know there are detective partners. They just want to detect. So if you are in the mode of detecting, a very long recording device is effective in the car and also at home. You can use your binoculars, buy binoculars.
Some even go to the extent of planting camera even in the house.
Don't forget, some people, both male and female, they professionally, they are marketing machines. They have all the attributes of marketing products. So naturally, they blend with virtually everyone that comes their way. They make effort professionally to assert themselves within the environment they find themselves. Everybody like them. You're at home, a company secretary is calling you or he's sending me a message. You understand? Some people will need to understand the position of other people. I can be at home. A woman can send me a message, or I can call her at night, depending on where this woman is, what she is doing. Sometimes it's work related. You understand? Some people get too busy that you can only do business meeting with them at night.
Let us not even go to that extent.
But before we go into that another extent, let's talk to our viewers. Viewers, we're just starting. There is more to this than what you're just getting. Please stay with us. Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, this is Gender Spot, and we are discussing how partners get to discover a cheating spouse. You're saying something?
Yeah, when you're saying what is let us get into the mood of exploring the devices, the ways that you can discover cheating. If you are in the mood, anyway. If you don't mind the consequences of your discovery, and you want to go and get solid proof, you can hire a detective that will follow your spouse in the office, out of office, in the meetings and whatever, and pay solid money. It's one option. You can be an amateur detective by getting to the store, buying some superior detective devices and installing in the car, in wherever.
That is that
even in the briefcase. Yeah, even in your husband's briefcase if he's traveling. You understand? You can just
you put the microphone there.
Yeah, microphone or whatever. You can just do that, and most importantly, you can disguise yourself. Go to your friend, get your friend.
If it's possible, put on a mask.
No mask. Disguise yourself as one bambino, as whatever, and make sure he falls to the trap. There are women that set traps for their husbands.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe even on Facebook she will use a different
name.
You know, some people are very nasty thinking people. She will change her identity, create another Facebook, create just to discover.
Let me tell you a story. You see, there's
how her husband.
There's this lady that actually. I'm talking from experience. I have to use myself as an example here.
Okay.
A lady actually came online. I don't know her.
Yeah.
But not knowing that, she actually she's a friend to my wife.
Very good.
Yes. So, but she started chatting with me.
Yes.
I was responding. Hello, hi.
Yeah.
So I was responding. But when it came to, okay, are you married? Yes. I told her, I said, I am married. She said, are you, where's your wife? I said, my wife is, I told her where my wife is. She said, she was asking me, trying to pry into my private life, asking me a series of questions.
And
like,
she wants to know.
So I told her, I ended up telling her that
she's not being planted by your wife.
I don't know. but then what I told her, she was shocked, by me professing my love for my wife, to her,
somebody that
I am supposed to love. It was later. I never knew. I know her, facially, but I never knew her with a different name because she had a different name online.
Yeah.
So it was later when we met. She accosted me.
She can even put different picture.
Yes. She told me that she was actually the person chatting with me. So you love your wife like this? I was like, wow. So that was actually
the setup.
Why would you set someone up? And if he falls into the trap, you say, okay, come back.
That is the best. That is the worst.
No, but I never thought it was a setup from my.
There are two types of women. There are the set that they want to feel loved. Yes. They want to feel cherished. They want to feel special, like I'm the only person in the world. And women, if you are with your woman, and she's on social media. There are so many things that are, on the timeline. But there is one, she will just see one video, proposal video. Oh my God, honestly, this is so romantic. Do you know he proposed to her in shop, right? Those things catch their fancy because they sometimes feel like, I wish I'm in her shoes. There are women like
you
that.
Are already married.
There are
Is the man going to propose to you again?
No, not to be not that event particularly, but circumstances like that.
Yeah.
So, and the other set of women, they are the ones that I just want a man, somebody that, provided is a man, can give me what I want. So whether it belongs to somebody already, so far it go losing my face, I will look my best and I can, entice in any way possible. Anyhow, I just want that kind of man. Those ones that they are not after love, they are not after compassion, they are not. So the ones that are after compassion and everything, they want to guard their man with everything. Okay, because the moment they sense and they feel that there's someone else out there,
what you are trying to tell us is that those women that are after love,
they are those
are more jealous. They are detective
ones that anything
you must love me that look
at the bottom line. But those ones that are after other people's men, they are not after. There are some girls like that. They don't fancy too much of all those
trophies
because because they don't have a particular man. Do you understand? They don't have, so they don't want to feel too responsible for this one. They are just there for what they stand to gain. And when they get it, they leave to someone else. When they leave. But there is this woman who has waited, has had her Cinderella fantasy. I will come, my Prince Charming will take me away to his castle, and then the Prince Charming eventually comes, and she has kept herself. I will love only one man. I will sleep with only one man. He will take care of me and my children. And then she has built a life in her head. And then she starts saying that this man who told her, I love you, you are my everything, you are this, you are that. And he started doing, I want to know who is that idiot, who is that person.
Then the
detective become a super detective.
They become super detectives. And now my own issue here is, so such women who feel so insecure, they've built, you find it's good to build your own fantasy, even to the men, they build it. But you must understand the society you live in. There are wolves, female wolves out there who are after your who are after your sheep. So if you, like Adia said, if you are too protective, too monitoring, too detective of your man, of your husband, because of the fantasy you have built, you will have BP and you will die. And when you die, the other woman will still eventually come.
No, you know what?
I am not saying that.
If you are a super detective, it's best, it's good you go to your house and dig your grave.
I am not saying that you should not care about it. But don't go the extra mile to look for what is not there. Because even the extent of
parenting. See the extent that we are taking this.
Let's give them benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
For the fact that they've lived with their husbands for the long they did or they are doing. Maybe something happened.
What do you mean?
Someone is
what are you saying? You are saying something that they live for a long time. Those detective wives, the moment they come to your house, the first week they have started being detectives. They don't even last that long.
It's something reflexive, like it's in them.
Yeah, it's in them.
Something has pushed that lady to become that kind of person.
Yeah, maybe from somewhere.
An ex-relationship.
Maybe an ex-relationship. They wouldn't be taking that long. You mean a wife would stay 10 years because she becomes a detective. A detective wife would start her detective work.
They never encountered any
if you are living in an estate and they know women come in and out of that, the moment the husband goes out, she'll stand at the window. She will be looking at the window, whether he's looking at this side or this side.
That's what I'm saying.
When the moment he goes out, she goes to look at the sides and see who was standing at those sides that he was looking at.
Yes.
You understand?
So it doesn't take long
if he stopped at the gate and give someone a lift. That is a woman. What?
All right, let's. This is getting very interesting. don't go away because you're going to miss out on what we have here. Please stay tuned. Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, this is Gender Spot, and we're discussing discovery of a cheating partner.
And then we are talking about
detective
measures that you can use.
Let's not forget that men are also detectives. They can also fall into these situations. You understand? Especially when men
detective I know of one.
are usually stalkers.
Yes, seriously. So you know what he did? He's already married to the woman. So he's very wealthy. He's very wealthy. So a lot of girls, and handsome and wealthy guys, they are always sought after. They understand that fact, and so they use it as a prey, to get their praise. So any kind of girl they want, they have the money to flaunt. So he was getting everything he needed, but there comes a time in their life where they actually want someone who can manage this wealth that they have. And when they see that everybody that's coming around, Stella, Priscilla, Priska, all of them, they're after the money, they want to pinpoint that person that is not after the money, but after taking care of them. Because anything that can happen, those ones, they don't fly. So he wanted to actually be sure of this girl. So he told his friend, they planned everything, that his container sank in the sea. Business, the people that proposed to, come in business with him, they withdrew and everything. And now the bank, he took loan to, cover up for those businesses. That the bank is after their house. So that was how they took everything. So the wife was like, so what do we do? She said, early marriage, we just got married a year. So she's not even pregnant yet. The girl said, okay. And at that point, any girl can leave the marriage. You never go far, abi. So she said she went to meet her father. The father gave her 30,000. She didn't tell the father anything because she's also from at least an average home. So they gave her money. She went home. She prepared food. The husband was like, how did you get money? Say, I went to meet my father. How could you meet your father? He was doing everything to get on her nerves, So he planned 3 guys. One met her on the road.
Some riches.
He had money. He gave the guy his car, one of his cars that the wife does not know of. Gave him money to pour on the girl. So she was walking back and everything. So she had to adjust to the new status. They were living in a big cube that the uncle gave to her in an abandoned place that nobody stays. So she was walking. The man said, I will take care of you. Why are you suffering yourself? Her friend, the friend was he not even joined the husband plan. Said, that one said, you are a fool. As fine as you are, this guy does not have money. My friend, leave him. Everybody, the husband planted his gate man to seduce everything the man did. The woman did not agree. He sent somebody to go and rape her. Not rape her like rape her, but attempt to see, the guy was so physically, attractive. Everything was there. Anyway, the guy stripped in front of him. Say, I love my husband. If you like, do anything. Even if he does not have money, I love him like that. And then the husband was just when the guy now took it to an extra level. The guy he asked, because the guy started feeling the urge to actually do the thing. And in that process, the wife was pregnant. She had not told the husband. So she fell and hit her stomach, and then she lost the pregnancy. That was when the husband
get back to his senses, right?
And then he called everybody.
It's not his senses get back to him. He discover his stupidity. You understand? That is high level of stupidity. No matter how rich you are, no matter how affluent you are, there comes a time when and where you will fall in love.
Does it really take so much to actually know who loves you?
That is it. You will fall in love with someone, and you will have to work for the love
Exactly.
For the person you love.
Thank you very
Whether
much.
he likes you or he doesn't like you,
Yes.
you love the person, and the person gives you the chance to exist within his own environment. You have to work for it.
Exactly.
You don't need to go and
Go extra mile planting
and play
this
drama with your
Yes, expecting the person to play the whole thing.
The reason that you're giving is that is because he wants to really know whether the love
You shouldn't know.
And that is I'm telling you, apart from being stupid, he's actually crazy. He has some psychiatric problem.
No, that's the thing with detective.
It's a psychiatric issue because this woman, you are already married to her. You take a vow, and to some extent, she must have exhibited some level of trusting behavior or something that enables you to take that vow with her.
Yes, and have confidence
Instead of
in
you
the
to be
relationship.
comfortable. You see, detective people actually they don't need you to be nice, to be good, to stay where. It is their mind, it is their brain that is giving them all the false alarm. And they actually feel comfortable pursuing you, setting trap, doing all these things. If you have to go to the extent of setting a trap, planting people, planting things for you to trust your spouse, then you are getting it all wrong, and you should go and see a doctor because you really need a psychiatrist.
There are people who go to they have this the uncontrollable urge to be detectives.
Yeah.
No, they should go to detective school.
No, you see.
There are factors.
Actually, I know of somebody that could not help but always go through his wife's phone.
Or other people's phones.
I have somebody like
no, his wife's phone. He can't help it. Anytime he goes to work and gets back home, he has to go through her.
He feels insecure.
He feels that is height of insecurity.
Yes, that depends on where he met the wife. A guy who meets a girl
in a brothel,
and he knows the life of that girl, but he still decides to marry her anyway. There is no amount of love. He will still feel insecure at some point. And there are two factors that contribute to raising detective partners in marriages or relationship. One, your background. While growing up, some of them they faced what is it called?
Rejections.
A form of rejection. Some of them they see their parents, their mom or their dad assaulting or and then some of them they've gone through they've been raped. They've gone through some of all those traumatizing problems, and then they've gone through some relationship that they have to experience some beatings of their life. And then when they come into this new one, you're telling them you love them. They are not sure. They are scared. They don't. So they want
to be sure you have to plant your friend. You have to plant your friend give other people money or give them a different car to seduce your partner or your wife or your. I mean, what do you expect? What do you expect? If I happen to be in that
situation,
situation,
they want to get a James Bond partner.
No.
I'm nothing. It's only this person that is in my life. If you like, shoot me with bow and arrow, gunshot, everything.
Is that what they want?
That's what they want. Okay. These detective partners, they want to. They don't even know what
I don't know. Some people.
This is the case of about the person. This is the case of not knowing what you want and going through hell to get it.
But when you talk about, you mentioned people can be adventurous. Yes, people can be adventurous, but not.
You can just sit down, like she said, he's rich. You understand?
Yes.
You can just sit down, look at your wife, and assume in your head that this my wife is beautiful. She goes out in and out.
Yes,
anything can happen. Let me just take
something in their head.
Adventure.
Let me just go into finding out.
Okay.
What can
happen?
What's wrong? What might happen is for me.
No, what is happening? Is what might be. What is not happen.
A stupid project because I don't see it as something that a sane person should start venturing on. Because to me, it's a venture. You're taking a risk. But what if it ends up catching up on you? What would you do?
Yeah, at the end of the day, you've not defined the bounce back effect of the consequences of whatever you are doing.
Yes.
You understand? You just venture into an ultimate search of whatever you're going to find.
Yes.
Not even minding the
When you finally
emotional
get
consequences.
where you want to,
Which on the other
and you
person
see
on
whatever
you,
it is,
huh?
it could be very bad on you. You could come back and go into a traumatizing experience
Because you are
understand?
not paying attention to yourself.
Yes. Anyway, viewers, in case you have a detective friend or you are a detective in your relationship, well, I think it's about time you sat down and listened to this. We'll be right back. Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, this is Gender Spot, and we're discussing the discovery of a cheating spouse.
And we're talking about detective husbands. And
You earlier mentioned jealousy.
Yes.
I think one of
yes.
talking about jealousy.
One of it is jealousy. Sometimes when a woman or a man or your spouse don't really feel any sign of, it doesn't show any sign of jealousy in whatever you do, whether you make a call or you go out or you speak to some guy or some woman, they don't tend to give a fig about what you do.
Now, jealousy
is a sign.
No, I'm looking at it in two ways.
Okay.
The lack of jealousy or the being over jealous, all the two can be problematic, can be an issue here. Somebody who starts cheating on his wife or on his spouse, or a woman who starts cheating on her husband, might do one of the two. If you notice that for no reason your partner has become excessively possessive and jealous, it could mean that he has issue or she has issue with trusting herself. You understand? She's doing something, or he is doing something that under normal circumstance is afraid of, and will be in a situation whereby the repercussion of what you are doing, that guilt makes you become unnecessarily jealous. Once you are doing something somewhere, hanky panky somewhere, and then when you see somebody passing, you want to know, you want to do, you are just very, very picky about your partner's whereabouts, your partner's, even being a detective. It's most of the time is because you are
guilty of something.
You are not safe.
Yeah.
And because you take extra mile to hide this thing, you might think that because you are doing and hiding, the other person is also doing and hiding. So you will just be too concerned, too worried, too whatever.
It's also you may not actually be the one that is doing something and hiding it. Probably you have a close friend that's cheating on her husband, and your husband does not know.
Yes.
And then your close friend, you are telling you, they say, leave it, that's meant for you. You better shine your eye. Me, I cannot stay there and allow one man to be using my head. Then you will go to your house and your husband loves you. You take care of you, say, I bet this man is even pretending. Come on.
You start becoming unnecessarily jealous.
Naturally, when you start thinking in that direction, things begin to fall into right shape, and giving you clues. Even if it's not happening, yes. If he doesn't take his bed in the night,
and I think it is your instincts now that is making you see as if something is happening.
Because you are not even you are what you're doing. That's making you that's one way. Then in another way, the lack of the jealousy unnecessarily really being nonchalant about your partner's whereabouts, about their well-being, about their this thing, might be a very strong sign that, look, oh, I have found my peace, I found my happiness somewhere with Mr. or Mrs. or Miss Sue. You can go to blazes with your troubles and I don't care. So, if you want to sleep, if you want to walk in by 4 a.m.,
your business.
When you come, close the door. If you want to, if you want to travel, go to, you say you are telling your partner that I want to travel and go to Lagos. I want to take 3 days. Why don't you take 2 weeks?
I'm not going to ask you what I'm going to.
No,
the moment you tell them you're traveling, all they will tell you is safety.
Yes.
They don't even want to know where you're heading, when you're going, the number of days you're going to spend.
No, this one I know you, and you didn't even hear me. I want to travel to Lagos for a meeting or for whatever, or for a function or for a BRL for 3 days. And I'm coming back on the 4th day. And your partner will tell you, no, why don't you stay 2 weeks? And they mean it seriously. I mean, it is because there is even this break. You should just stay 2 weeks and come back. And
you wait for your uncle so that you come and have a meeting with you before you come back.
You understand? The other way around.
No, this is a very big sign. It's a very big sign because the moment someone is showing a nonchalant attitude, towards
let me tell you the bomb. And then you decide to take the 2 weeks because you think, okay, you actually will have loved to have the 2 weeks, but because you are considering your partner, you said 4 days, and then the partner offered 2 weeks is okay, just spend 2 weeks, and you are there. The first night, as you arrive, you have to be the one to call and say, I've arrived. You understand? Then the second day, you have to be the one to call.
To be in your life or your affairs.
The second day, you have to call. And then something intermittently comes to you, and then he said or she said, I'm going to call you back. And you wait all night, no call back. And again, to top it all, after you finish your 2 weeks and you come back home, you are expecting after 2 weeks to come home to a warm welcome and hug and kisses. I missed you. Nothing.
Lovely
At the time you are entering the parlor, this thing, he or she is watching a TV. Hi, honey. Oh, hello. How are you? How is your trip? Yeah, that's nice. Fine, thank you.
Welcome back.
And then
continue. Oh my God.
Well, that kind of situation will arise maybe when there's a problem when you as a partner knows that there's a problem, and that person is behaving
might arise if there is no any problem,
and that
he
is behaving that way,
and your partner is there are things that we both know when there's a problem in our relationship that we have not fixed. You understand? We know if you have a relationship and then there's a problem that you have not fixed, it's like it keeps looming its head and going down, looming its head.
Yeah.
But when you know that there's absolutely no problem, everything is like good, there is no any issue, and then this nonchalant attitude about where you want to go, whether you want to wherever, you are free.
Or at first you're taking the person for granted.
Yes.
You keep doing things that she or he kept concerning about, and you don't care.
Yeah.
And when it gets to a time and he also start feeling I don't care. You understand?
Yeah, it could be. It could be. But it's the major thing is this, Abaka. When we know our partners very well, we always have clue when something is wrong somewhere. We always know. Most of the times we know that this behavior is because of so and so. But if you have an unexplained, nonchalant attitude,
it's a sign
that you cannot pinpoint to a fault of yours, you understand, or a fault of something that's going on in your relationship, then it might be a sign that you might probe. If you are the probing type, you might probe to know whether your partner has found someone that has replaced you in their heads, in their lives, and in their hearts and in their beds. Because for no reason, this shouldn't happen. This shouldn't happen for no reason.
Okay.
So if you are absolutely sure that you don't have any substantive reason for that, that might be a good sign. Excessive jealousy might be a sign that your partner is cheating and is trying to when you are doing something and you're always pointing finger, it takes the eye off you. So you always
trying to change the timetable around.
That's where defense of
when the love between you guys is expiring.
Yes.
When it expires.
Do love really expire?
No, let me tell you.
Does it really expire?
No, let me tell you.
If you begin
All right,
some things happen naturally.
Viewers, please don't go away. We still have more for you. Stay tuned. Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, this is Gender Spot, and we're discussing the discovery of a cheating spouse. Yes.
So, if your partner is defensive of infidelity, like she said, when you are feeling
when you mentioned the issue of infidelity, the person tends to defend it.
Yes.
Before or against? Which one?
It's for them now.
For
yes. When your partner is for infidelity, like an issue comes up. Maybe
about somebody.
You are feeling so down as a lady, and then you are talking. Do you know that Festus actually cheated on Sarah for that long that they have been together? How could he do such a thing? And then your husband is like, "Do you know what Sarah did? Something must have happened." They say, "No, were you there?" And then you start
to justify.
See what Sarah did. See what I even confronted Festus, and this was what he told me. He said he's no longer interested. That Sarah is doing this, doing that. Do you mean all this while they have been pretending? You say, no, my dear, let me tell you. There are some things that will happen. Probably, who did Festus? Don't worry, I'll talk with Festus. Who did Festus say he's going out? You see, this you women, you think alike. There is something, just know that.
Since he's trying to justify Festus' action.
He doesn't even know.
Is
it justifying because he's also guilty of such
sometimes
things.
That's why you have your husband older than you. That's why they see at the intellectual highway the husbands at no matter the age of the woman, you understand. Sometimes he doesn't look at the relationship, he's looking at the marriage. You understand? Yes, Festus may have done something, but let's not give it that kind of bogus look, so that we can be able to solve the problem and save the marriage. I don't think it's just about any kind of situation that when your husband is defending that kind of situation.
No, not on one occasion. Not always occasion. And whenever the issue of cheating, because he's trying to bar himself from feeling self-guilt. Probably he cheats and the wife is not aware. He comes and he showers love. He kisses the wife, even the things that the wife is not expecting him to do. When they're already guilty, they want to go extra so that the wife will not even suspect it.
Someone in the church last Sunday has actually touched his heart, and he decided to change and start doing things.
No. What I mean is, he goes, like, when he comes, like he just kissed a girl. And then probably he just answered the phone call and I'll call you later. And then when you come, you just walk into the say, "Hi, baby, how you doing?" That kind of thing. There are some suspective measures, and probably the woman was not even paying attention. She was looking somewhere, and then she entered. Hey, because you are guilty. Have you? You said you were taking.
Seriously, I'm suspecting. Okay, I'm sure.
So certain of what?
Are you sure she's not a detective?
No, but
Having known all this.
No, but it's honestly speaking, this gives there's always this kind of guilt that makes you sit on edge. You're always on edge because you
are always conscious, and even when the other person is unconscious, and then your consciousness, your over consciousness begins to trigger the other person's consciousness. Like, are you sure you are okay? You said, yes, I'm fine. I'm very fine. You were saying something.
Seriously, situations like that, when you are answering questions that are not even answered.
Yeah.
You understand?
They are not
answered. So your wife will begin to look at you. Are you really, really okay?
That is what I'm looking at. Maybe have a running stomach.
Well, running stomach should not make you answer questions that are not even asked.
Another thing that
you have ulcer. You need
to. Another thing that also leads to the discovery whether your partner is cheating is stonewalling. What I mean by stonewalling here is most cheating partners or spouses don't answer questions straight. When especially they tend, for the men, they tag it as nagging. When you ask them questions that you feel makes you uncomfortable as a woman, and they start, for instance, you saw your husband, he sent money to somebody, and then he called the person, did you receive it? And you are concerned as a woman. I'm not trying to bug you with so many questions, but I just want to know. And then I come as a loving wife, hey sweetie, I saw a beep on your phone. I didn't look, but I saw that you sent money to somebody on the notification screen, and sorry to ask, who is Janet? He said, well, Janet is a friend, but I don't know of any of your friends called Janet. And she's a business partner. Why do you ask so many questions? You just at every little question, they try to bar themselves from answering some suspective questions.
No, the stonewalling ones will not even answer you.
They will avoid all questions.
In fact, you can ask all the questions. They will not say yes to it. They will say no. They will not say no to it. They will just face. If he's reading newspaper, you just be reading his newspaper. You finish whatever you want to say, as long as it's about the cheating. He will not say one word.
And the next thing he will ask you if the food is ready.
Yes.
That is his way of telling you, mind your business. Your business is for you to go and cook for me, or he will tell you, bring my shirt, that red one. I'm going out. He will not answer this one. He will stonewall you on this issue, but he will tell you specifically, address you to do the chores for him. That means mind your own business. This affair is totally my business, and it has nothing to do with you. And I'm respecting you not to answer any of your questions, because there's nothing that you can actually do.
If a man,
I think yes.
They feel comfortable with it. But when a woman does it,
there are people that are principled. They might not be having a relationship with anyone. They may be paying for something, or
in the process.
Someone. Yeah, not really in the process. They are really principled. They might not have a relationship with anybody, but because of their position, and you, by the time he start explaining to you, the issue can linger. You understand? The best way he feels that he can deal with it is just to keep quiet.
And another thing is, we should be mindful when we have spouse or partners. We should be very mindful about confrontations that we don't have solid proof. When you are a kind of wife or a husband that brings up the issue of supposed infidelity or supposed cheating that you're not sure of, it makes you lose a lot of respect as a partner, especially when the partner knows that your questions are baseless. You're just not being naughty, trying to just
create a situation that does not exist,
or just trying to question his integrity.
Mm.
You understand?
Yeah.
So you might lose a lot of things there. And you know, when your spouse is not into cheating, and you are bringing up issue that relates to cheating and addressing it to him and making him start to feel guilty, uneasy,
Yeah.
you know, the danger here is it's not everybody,
and it actually ignites their thoughts towards
it's not everybody that can be put on the defensive for a very long time. Some people it's very easy. Like me, I hate being put on the defensive. If I have to answer a question today and answer a question tomorrow, honestly speaking, I will not have that life. That's not my life.
But answering the same question, right?
Yes. You see, when you are in the midst, you are always brought. You know, there are some couple. I don't know what is wrong with them. Maybe some partners that really want to have something cropping up for you to be answering. Your answer, you know, they put you on the defensive. Every single day of your life, you are trying to defend your integrity.
You see, actually, there are some couples that even just a mere phone call. When you make a phone call,
they want to know
the person.
Oh my goodness,
who is calling you? You know, when you say so guy actually called me. You know, a female, she will say a guy called her. You know, a friend. Who is that friend? I don't know him. Blah 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 blah. You know, it happens, and this actually is creating a rift in that relationship. And a man should not, you know, in fact, couples should not go to that extent.
Of putting their it is a sign of lack of respect for me, and for the whatever brings us together, to make me feel defensive every time we are together. I will be seeking for opportunity that we will not be around me. From there, I will want some space, because I believe me, if I can spend 1 week without being put on the defensive, I will have a very good life. If you have a defensive partner that puts you on the defensive every now and then, you don't want them in your life. I mean, even if you love them, you want them to give you space.
Sometimes when people begin to copy the life of other couples, and try to adapt them into their own
without looking at their spouse.
Yes. You can go to your friend's house and see him questioning his wife, and he will tell you his reason for questioning his wife. And then you feel, this is the right thing to do. And you go home and you look at your spouse, they bring your phone. And you look at names and you begin to say, who is this? How did you know him? Whenever he calls, who called? Why is he calling? You understand? Sometimes when you copy other people's way of life into your own, you might distribute.
But you know, normally it is okay when you guys share, you know, information.
See,
it's very okay when you share information. Like, he knows your friends, you know her friends. You understand? So when any of your friends call, is that, you know, so person? Yeah, he actually said I should say hi to you. Yeah, when her friends called, Tunde called and he said I should say hi to you.
See.
It's okay.
Yes, that's
Hassan, whenever two people are coming together as husband and wife, you understand? You should know that each of them have an individual life. So when you come as a husband and wife, don't say that your life has been seized from.
You know, some people see it as if you should estrange your individual life because you're in the same circle now. And
no, that is a psychological way of.
I'm married to you because I love you, and you should be able to trust the fact that I love you. You should be able to be blind all of this. It is when incidentally you caught someone red-handed and this person needs to come and explain certain things.
Yes.
You understand? But when you go out and begin to see someone
and you start putting things on the defensive all the time. So the defensive people, the fact that you are married to your spouse or your partner, or you are in a relationship with your partner, that does not mean, like Abubakar said, that does not mean they will totally abandon their individuality and come and assume yours. Just like you will not abandon your individuality and assume their own. We are first individuals. then we decide to come together because we have some like factors, things that bring us together, and we agree to come together to live in whatever relationship we do. Now, it is something that we must be careful about. You see, it's not everybody that is a toy. Some people can behave like toys, where you can just do what you want with them, bring them here, keep them here, You will be losing a lot of your partner's respect and love if you decide to adopt a situation or a life that is very, very new to them. When you're having a relationship with someone and you're always putting them on the defensive, asking them one thing they do wrong or the other, making their life hell by your probing, by your detective nature, by whatever, it means what? It means you are telling them that you don't want to live with them. Or you are giving them that signal that once I am in a permanent relationship with you, then I'm doomed, because I am not going to be happy. There's no happiness that can come when two couples are always accusing each other, or one of the partner is always defending himself for one thing or the other, whether it's cheating or it's not this, is this. I think we should be very careful about that.
All right. It's time. I think time is against us. I would have loved to give the two of you, Abubakar and Okie,
yeah, we are still here. The squad is still here. Another episode we are here.
Yes, definitely. Trust is one of the very strong foundation in a relationship. If you allow it to get broken, well, you have created a very big hole in your relationship. Viewers, this is where we come to the end of the program. Thank you very much for being part of the program. Without you, Gender Sport will not be the program it is. This is where we come to the end of the program, and from my squad here, we are saying goodbye.